Kazamatsuru's expression abruptly transforms. Her bright eyes pin me to the spot, like a serpent locking into its prey. Okay, last question. As Kazamatsuru speaks, she switches back to that look of mild impatience, like that spasm of emotion just now was nothing but my imagination. No, that means it's real and it's dangerous. I've had enough of this. Ignore me, will you? Snap out of it! Ugh! A gust of wind pierces sharply through the air, this, through the side of my cheek, then dissipates, leaving behind an icy sting and a damp sensation spreading across my skin. My nerves, trembling from the narrow escape, pull me back from the very reality I refuse to face. I look up and see a familiar face. It's the woman who I saw stinking drunk at the udon stall last night. She's standing right before me now, arms crossed, gazing at me with obvious displeasure. At the sight of my face, she briefly falters. She briefly falters, and her brows draw together, but she swiftly regains that impatient expression. Ah, it's you. Me? She doesn't seem to be bothered by the conversation we overheard last night. She just turns again and glances towards the crowd of uniformed police, all huddled around Hatsuyuki. Last night, I remember you and that girl right there. The one laying there, the deceased. You two were close, weren't you? Do you know if there was anything going on with her recently? Any illness or unusual relationships or just anything out of the ordinary that happened to her? A sticky, acrid bitterness spreads across my tongue. I could rake through every remaining memory of my amnesia-ridden brain and turn up nothing. Atsuyuki is the same girl I've always known. I don't know anything. Sorry. That makes you so suspicious. You could have just said she was meeting up with somebody and she was kind of just weird, but I didn't see them, unfortunately. I had to go back to bed. And that's it. You ain't lying. The woman's eyes crinkle. Her expression softens as she sits down next to me. Feeling nervous? It's okay. I'm just here to get the sense of the situation. Lots of crimes witnesses don't realize that anything they've seen might actually be helpful and useful to us. It's probably the same with you. She might be right, but my instincts keep going back to that monster, the one that seemed to be born from Hatsuyuki's corpse. It must have something to do with her death, along with what I overheard last night. But I don't know what's to bring up. I don't know how to bring this up. The woman seems to sense my inner turmoil. She offers a reassuring smile, but it feels a little out of place. Now, I'll ask, you'll answer. Fair enough? I'd like you to be honest with me. I'm Kazumatsuru. Isuru. Itsuru Kazumatsuru. She is on Special Investigation Division. And you are? Always helps to know who I'm talking to. Kotoru Sakuma. Special Investigation Division? Not surprised you haven't heard of us. Knowing anything about parasociology? I've heard of a society run by professors from the Imperial University doing research on extrasensory perception. Close enough. There are certain incidences that current knowledge, or I should say technology, can't quite explain. Those fall under our jurisdiction. Of course, as an ordinary civilian, you've got nothing to worry about. We just have our own methods, which it's best not to make public knowledge. In a city as busy as Tokyo, any secret that gets out makes its way across the city in just a few days. Parasociology? Is it does ring a bell. I hear there's a group of scholars fervently devoted to Western theories, trying to replicate telepathy and clairvoyance. Still, for the police to establish a department like this, does that have anything to do with those magic users Hatsuyuki mentioned? No, I can't dwell on this right now. The monster might be. Alright, what do you want to know? In that case, I'll cut to the chase. From your point of view, over the past, let's say, 6 months, would you say the deceased displayed any major changes compared to today? Something to seem to behave normally, never felt seriously ill, and so on? Yes. Was there anyone else she met with regularly? I mean, one on one. Family, friends, doctors, anyone at all? I rack my brain, but all that occurs to me is that outside of performances, Hatsuyuki spent almost the entire past year with the troupe. For some reason, Hatsuyuki and the others all seldom went out. No, except for Kazuya and me, and maybe Homura Sensei. Hamuro, Hamuro Sensei, so. She hardly ever left the troupe. There was where she was mostly with me, our mutual friend, and I rarely saw her approach anyone else on her own. Seems like the supply was pretty stable. So, did anything unusual happen in the past few days? Did she or did she do or say something out of the ordinary? Of course, it's fine if not. Last night at dinner, she ate something she normally dislikes. Despite saying this, I honestly can't be certain. Hatsuyuki and I were very close in the past years as I dealt with my amnesia, but like most friends who see each other regularly, we didn't actually have meals together very often. We only occasionally mentioned our food preferences in passing. Only now, confronted with this situation, do I realize how much of a fool I've been. Hmm, I see. Alright then, that covers the basics. Now we'll get into some questions related to the special nature of our division. It might give you a scare, but there's no time to ease you into things. You don't know what's going on with the corpse, do you? The lips move, parting and closing, slicing the words into shards that drive themselves into my ears, steady and relentless. If I'm not mistaken, she's been dead for quite some time. It's still unclear what could sustain a corpse's activity for this long, which with next to no decay. We'll have to hold off on a closer examination until we bring the body back. But how? Ever since I met Hatsuyuki, she's always been the same. With me, with everyone else. How could she have been dead this whole time? My voice is on the verge of cracking, but Kazematsuru just arches an eyebrow. She just seemed like anyone else for a long time. She spoke and she smiled, vibrant down to the smallest detail. Isn't that right? I've dealt with a few similar cases. It's rare, but not impossible. You might want to ask that mutual friend of yours if something happened to her when you weren't around. Her body shows extensive blunt force injury and numerous suture scars, like she's been pieced together. Some of the wounds have been stitched multiple times. The surrounding muscles and skin is severely damaged. Did Kazuya do something? Kazu, what did you do? Hey, maybe he was hiding something, trying to protect everyone and keep them together, but seems like Kotori is the one with the problem here. He seems to have some interesting relationships. Specifically, from here to there. Wow. Kazamatsuru reaches out, tracing a line from my shoulder down to my knee. Wow. Until her hand finally presses against my spasming stomach. I try to swallow, but find my throat scorched dry. It throbs with a deep-seated, knife-like, sharp pain. Kazumatsuru's eyes meet mine. I see my own reflection, frozen stiff in a calm pink gaze. Eyes wide. Oh, girl, you probably also have pink eyes. Hello. I color. Eyes wide and staring, expression blank, a picture of utter absurdity. I haven't gotten to my question, but it looks like you've got something in your mind. Well, out with it. You want to know why a friend ended up like this, don't you? Spit it out. Might open another lead for us. I open my mouth. My voice comes out hoarser than I realized. Who did this to her? And more than that, who could get Hatsuyuki to cover for them? I overheard Hatsuyuki at our place last night. She was complaining about having to cut something open to take it out. Was it something we ate together yesterday? Probably. A living corpse doesn't have functioning organs. The food scraps just rot away in the stomach, and you're hesitating. Anything else? When Hatsuyuki collapsed, I saw a white monster. A white monster? A white monster with wings, its head unfolding like a lily. Kazamatsuru's expression abruptly transforms. Her bright eyes pin me to the spot, like a serpent locking into its prey. Okay, last question. As Kazamatsuru speaks, she switches back to that look of mild impatience, like that spasm of emotion just now was nothing but my imagination. No, that means it's real and it's dangerous. We are going to face something crazy, just see. In this game, wow, this is interesting. Oh, I forgot. There's probably some music and it went so quiet, I had to silence it. Sorry guys, I forgot about that. It was supposed to be the part where... Oh, it's her. This was supposed to be the part where I squeeze a confession out of you. But forget it. Do you know who you've rubbed the wrong way? What? When it comes to the cases we deal with, I don't generally explain all of this nonsense to the people involved. Parasociology, this special division that... It all sounds way too far-fetched, like something out of a novel. We have our ways of making sure you spill every last detail you know and don't remember a single thing. That Men in Black levels of you tell us everything, we wipe your brain, and you go back to go sit down and watch Garfield or something. You wouldn't even dream about it. When closing a case, for most people, even society at large, all we have to do is find a plausible excuse to smooth things over. Say an acute heart attack, or a stroke, or maybe even drug use. There are all sorts of stories to run with, and evidence is easy to come by. Of course, getting poisoned by a male companion in a premeditated murder. That works too. And why did it have to happen in the theater, in front of all these people? Chalk it up to the suspect's sense of ceremony. As for those things the suspect heard, and the white monster he saw, they serve a further proof that this actor was so immersed in the drama, he lost the ability to distinguish between fantasy and reality. Delirious and raving, he turned his blade on the victim who came to the theater with him. During our inquiry, we noticed that he avoids eye contact. His demeanor is furtive, as if he's hiding something. This was highly suspicious, and after a few rounds of questioning, the witnesses will all develop the same impression. Do you follow what I'm saying? You're threatening me. Very clever. But don't put it all that way. Call it a mutually beneficial opportunity. You don't want to know what happens to people when we take it into custody. What do you get out of telling me this? You've got a real knack for tough questions, you know that? A roar of laughter draws the attention of the remaining officers in the theater, but she casually waves them away. She turns back to me, dashing the tears of laughter from her eyes, and slowly holding up 2 fingers. First off, someone asked me to stir up some trouble for you, but I can't stand him. Second, it's because of that thing you saw. A head cleft like a blossom lined with fangs, wings towed in its wake like a weighty shadow. Should the might of its attention fall befall thee, then shall the 8 emerald eyes shrivel as one. Lord October. It's October. Whatever. What are these words? It's Octo. It's Octo. Don't Lord Octo. It's Lord Octoroops. I don't know. As those black magic practitioners call it, I've spent years in hot pursuit of it and its followers. It appeared next to it the deceased, meaning that your friend, who was turned into a living corpse, was almost certainly under the control of a black mage who worships it. We're after the same thing. Don't you want to learn the truth behind her death? That mage is sure to know more about it than either of us. I can let you walk out of that door unharmed, but in return you have to help me find them. I guess I don't have much of a choice. What do you want from me? Ordinary people can't see the shadows of the gods. You can do that, can't you? With those words, Kazamatsuru extends her hand before me. Whoa. A whirling gale erupts from a palm, striking me square in the face. Instinctively, I hold my breath, ears filled with that lingering wail of the wind. This is... Ah! I clamp my mouth shut, but I can tell from Kazumatsuru's face that it is too late. You don't have to get into specifics. I'm not that much of a snoop, and I'm not interested in the Sakuruma family secrets. The point is, the fact that you can see Lord October makes you a rare and irresistible new recruit for them. And I'll find some way to get that news to them. But judging from the reaction just now, you have something you'd rather keep from me, don't you? If you'd like, you can go take care of whatever you want first. Oh, excuse me. I'll be in touch when I can. Or we can wrap this up quickly and then handle the rest, and then I'll handle the rest myself. Meaning you'll be out of it. What do you think? I think I actually should be saving at this point. Now. What do I think? Sorry, I want to head back first. Let's deal with the case. I don't know who that guy is, so I feel like I don't wanna. You can take care of whatever you finish. I'll be in touch when I can. Let's wrap up everything first. Or we can wrap this up and handle it, and then I'll handle the rest myself. I want to see what else is happening. So, sorry, I want to head back first. You can come and change. I really want to deal with the case, but I want to see what's going to happen if I just head back. Then this... what? I missed a sentence there. Then take this. Kazamatsuru pulls out a wallet from nowhere, extracts a stiff card, and thrusts it into my hand before I can refuse. Cop's personal card. Whoop! It's an exquisitely crafted business card with black lettering against a white background. And it has a solid It has a solid heft to it, and the embossed patterns graze subtly against my fingers, like a touch of chill wind. Her name, number, and address are printed neatly on the card. Under the dim light, I can see flecks of gold powder glistening amidst the ink. the words hidden. There's no other unnecessary embellishment. Shinbashi, a personal card? For a personal matter. She shrugs and brushes off non-existent dust from her clothes. When you've gotten things sorted, give this number a ring. Just ask for me. Her name is Itsuru. I gotta remember. Itsuru Kazumatsuru. You have 3 days. If you try giving me the slip, well, I'm still the government employee. I think you got an idea. I think you got the good idea of what I could do to you. Yeah. There's one more thing I'd like to ask of you. I like that look of yours. Go on, tell me. Hatsuyuki's body. No, corpse. Can I take a look later? Once I've spoken to the others in the troop, it won't take long. Oh? Now that it's come to this, I have to see things through myself. There's so much I've forgotten. Hatsuyuki was already like this when I met her. And now that she's gone, I can't let those scars be buried with her. At the very least, I need to know. You've never seen a corpse up close, have you? Oh, dainty young master. Try not to scare yourself silly. Well, since you ask, of course I can arrange a little thing like that, but you'll have to wait until the autopsy is over at least. Thank you. Chief, we're heading back with this, and then... I know. Be careful with that. I'll dock your pay when you get back. She stands up, shoots me a parting glance, and then strolls off towards the stage. Hatsuyuki's body is lifted into a stretcher with a flurry of activity. Her arm dangles over the side, swaying swiftly with each jostle. Finally, together with the crowd, she vanishes beyond the heavy door. By the time I reach here, these sound changes are intense, man. They're so intense. By the time I leave the theater, it's getting dark. I don't realize then that my clothes are soaked in cold sweat. The wind's bitter cold seeps into my bones, stripping away any chance of warmth. The foliage, this is beautiful. Pale snow falls, dissolving beneath light just as pale. Smoke-stained clouds loom overhead, leaden and oppressive. I have to pull my coat tight around me before I can walk into the crowd, its clamor still reverberating through the night. Oh my gosh, the kerfuffling that I'm doing right now. The cacophony. I'm so sorry. I know how to say this, but I don't know. I don't remember right now. The cacophony. There it is. The cacophony washes over me. Predictions for several fashion trends, reviews of various cafes, plans for the upcoming holidays, and the pervasive scent of money changing hands. But the voice worth listening to is forever gone. How do I tell Kazuma and the others? First, I have to pull myself together. Kazuya is bound to cry when he finds out. He knows. I'm pretty sure Kazuma knows. If I carry on like this, how is he going to cope? It's so unbearably cold. Alright, I have to call it here and say thank you very much as always for tuning in, guys. I'm calling it just short of time because I don't want to push it like that. It seems like a really, really lovely... I dislike how much the up and down of this music is. Sometimes I have to go and look into OBS and then outside OBS and outside. Okay, that is alright. Thank you for tuning in as always. Let me know what you thought of this one. And actually, who do you think in the troupe so far knows what's going on? Because I'm pretty sure, as we've seen, Kazuya clearly knows something. And he's so exhausted. This guy is being worked to the bone and back. And definitely, I feel like I think it's Naomi or something like that. Their name starts with an M, an N, not an M, but an N. I think they also know. They seem really extra, but definitely Kazuya knows something, and we've just got that clearly shown to us. Yeah, I have no idea. Do you think Hatsuyuki was a cult member, or she was like already like roped into it, and that's where the amnesia of Kotori as well came into play? Something happened in the troop, right? That's my theory. It's like she was roped into it, and so was Kotori. Something happened, and Kotori lost his memory. Maybe from an injury or blunt trauma, something like that. They usually play with that. And Hatsuyuki was there. She knew something, maybe she witnessed it, and then by default, bam, she also got involved and she got zombified. Which is an actual thing. It's such a gross thing that people try to do to others. If you're very squeamish about that, do not look that up. Don't. Yeah. Sorry for the mouth sounds. Anyway, thank you for tuning in. As always, do like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell to get notified whenever I post. I got you guys daily, and thank you for the support as always. You guys are wonderful. I'll see you in the next one.